Hey, good morning, family. This is your boy Eric with Priority Mail LLC. On this great day, my wonderful, illustrious fraternity celebrates 113 years of manly deeds, scholarship, and love for all mankind. I wear my shirt proudly, and I'm proud to be a member of this great organization. But I wanted to take this time today to share some of the parallels in my life as it pertains to my fraternity and the man that I am today. So a lot of you may wonder, who is this guy, Eric Taylor, and why is he doing this priority mail? And what is that all about? So this may be a two-part video, but I wanted to reach out to you all and let you know who I am. So I'm going to give you a little bit of my history. So I was born in Selma, Alabama, raised in a small town called Otagoville, Alabama. And my Aville Eagles, my Eagle fans that's watching this, hey, y'all chime in. Let me know what's up. But that's my home. That's my roots. I have two beautiful, wonderful parents and a loving family. My brother and a host of aunts and uncles in that area. I have very, very humble upbringing. We were never rich, but I was rich in love. I had parents that gave me more than I knew they could. And they did it in a loving, kind way for me and my brother that I think today we're forever grateful and indebted to the sacrifices that they made. You know, I think about, I always wonder back, and I don't even know if I've shared this with my mom, and I get emotional every time I think about that situation. I was a pretty decent quarterback in high school, and I'll never forget. I would think it was my ninth grade year, and I begged. I worried a bald spot in my mom and dad's head about those Jordans. People get in line today, sleep on the ground to get the new J's today, and back then the J's were popping too. And I never forget. I worried a bald spot in my mom's head about some Jordans. Now my mom worked at a local factory there in Otagoville, the broom factory called Crystal Lake. If you've ever bought a broom, it probably came from there in the past. I'm not sure how production is today, but Crystal Lake Industries was the big manufacturer in that small town I'm from. My dad was a construction worker for Flory Daniel and B&K, and he was traveling a lot. But they provided a wonderful upbringing for us. But I'll never forget, my mom picked me up from practice one day, and normally I would get out and go in the store with her. But for some reason, this day I was tired. I wasn't feeling it. So my mom went in the store, handled the business. You know, she had a little tab, cash a little check. You know, that's when that was before the days of credit cards, you know, where you knew the store owner, they knew you, and, you know, you had good credit based on just your name and your word. So, and she left her purse there, you know. And you know you don't go in your mom's purse unless she tell you to. And a lot of times you still kind of, you sure, mama? But right on the top was a check stub, you know. And again, granted, I had already worried her about these shoes. I have these shoes on. I've been styling and profiling at school. You couldn't tell me nothing. And these shoes are like $150 back then. Now, I looked at her check and I realized then the sacrifice that my mom, my dad made for some shoes. When we needed to eat, we needed to have a roof over our damn head. We needed to have food on the table. But I realized then the sacrifice that a parent would make for their child. And my parents were never in all that flashy stuff. That was probably one of the only things that I really begged her for that she got us. We had a very modest, humble upbringing. Don't think by any minute that we were out there flashing and profiling. That was not our way of living, and that's not my way of living now. I don't do that. That's not me. I see a lot of people be on here living these fake flogging lives and showing all this stuff that they can't afford. That's not me. I've always been humble and giving, and a lot of it has to do with the way I was raised. But I saw that lit a fire in me that still burns today. Yeah. And the reason I'm the man I am today is because of my family, my mom, my dad. My dad was a quiet, spoken man. He didn't have much to say, but when he spoke, it sent volumes through the house. and you knew he meant what he said. And he was a quiet leader, and he raised us well. Again, he's the reason I am the man. Me and my brother are the men we are today. And I thank God for him. I love him, and we talk most days of the week. He's retired now, enjoying his life, but I continue to aspire to be the man that he's been in my life. And that's what I try to give to my kids. But my mom has always been the uniter in the family, keeping everybody together, feeding everybody, making sure everybody happy. And she would go without because she wanted everybody to have. So, and that giving spirit in her, and that quiet leader, although I'm not quiet, but that leader and my dad are characteristics that both my brother and I have inherited. And again, that's why we're who we are today. But I think about, again, the parallels with my fraternity, the scholarship, manly deeds, and love for all mankind. Again, the small community I was from, they must have saw something in me that I couldn't see in myself. And they always made sure that even in the absence of my parents, if they weren't somewhere and they saw me out hanging with people I probably shouldn't have been hanging with, people would come up to me and be like, "Why are you here? You need to go home." Put a few dollars in my hand so I could go get something to eat. The community raised me, and I'm very thankful for all of my family, friends, relatives in Otagoville. That's my home. That's where my heart is. And as often as I can, I try to get back. And I'm working on something right now with my school that we'll let you know next year what this turns out. But I want to give back, and I'm working on something right now on that. But I love my peeps, and I thank them for me being who I am today. So graduated high school, class of 95, Toggleville Eagles. I decided I wanted to go into nursing school. But again, around that area, you went to the factories and worked, or you worked at the mill, or you got a job, or you went into the military. And none of those were what I wanted to do. I got injured my senior year of high school playing football. And I happened to be exposed to a nurse practitioner. I realized I liked what she was doing because it lined up with the way I was raised. And I saw it as a way to make a good living and take care of myself for the rest of my life. Because I didn't want to be a burden to my mom, my dad, or be dependent on the system. Long story short, I figured out that what it was and what I needed to do, talked to my guidance counselor. And I started out at Trenholm Technical College in Montgomery, Alabama, where I went into the practical nursing program. Because again, neither one of my parents went to college. They graduated high school, but they didn't go to college. Okay. So they always instilled in me to be better than do more than what they did. And they helped me as much as they could. And I am forever grateful. Words can't express how grateful I am for the sacrifices that I know my parents made for me and my brother. And yeah, I don't take anything for granted. I don't take anything for granted because I have to pinch myself where I am today. Because when I think about where I'm from, I'm not supposed to be here, y'all. I'm not supposed to be here. But my family, my community, yeah. I love y'all. And I'm always trying to give back. So, but yeah, went to LPN school. I made contacts with some really wonderful people, heard my story, felt my passion for what I wanted to do in this world. And a lot of doors were open. I know a lot of people were praying for me. Because again, I'm not perfect. I try to share that every day, and I hope that comes across in the videos. I'm not perfect by any means. And I've lived, and I continue to live. But again, I was raised well. They don't make my model anymore. They don't make men like me today. Even people in my age group sometimes, they're not like me. It's just because, again, the morals and values that have been deposited in me over the years. Many people don't understand that. But finished LPN school, top of the class. I said, you know what? One of my teachers, Miss Peden, and I thank her today. She said, young man, you have a gift and you need to go back to nursing school, become an RN, and whatever it is you want to do in your life, God will direct your path. That's what she told me. And I thank Miss Peden for planting that seed, and my parents continue to nourish it as much as they possibly can. And I know they will continue to make sacrifices for both me and my brother to have opportunities that, we take advantage of here today. So went on to Troy State, got my associates in nursing. I'm a non-traditional nurse. Okay, when you think about it, I didn't matriculate like most people do. I didn't have the opportunity to go off to a 4-year college and stay. We didn't have the resources to do that. So I had to piecemeal it along the way. But as I did it, doors were open and things just happened. And I thank my parents. I thank my circle of family, friends, and relatives there in Alabama. I thank all those people that made deposits in my life that continue to pay dividends today. Finished RN school at Troy State. Met my wife, beautiful wife there. We married shortly after graduation. Knew her family, went to school with her stepbrother. I knew what I was getting when I got her, and I thank God for having her in my life. She's been my rock. She's my queen, mother of my kids, my confidant, all that I need. She's that, and I appreciate and love her for all that she does for our family. But from that union, we had 2 beautiful kids. We later both went back and got our bachelor's at Auburn, and then I became a nurse practitioner shortly after that at University of South Alabama, and my wife also got her master's at South Alabama. But since she's in leadership, she's a nursing leader, director of nurses. But yes, that's a little bit about who Eric Taylor is, and I haven't arrived anywhere. I'm still Eric from the country, dirt roads, and pole lights and pole cats and very humble beginnings. And if you're from the country, you know what that means. Pole lights and pole cats? Yeah. Well, no street lights. No damn police patrolling. You had a county sheriff, and if something went down, you'd see them in 24 hours. Nothing coming tomorrow, or today. It was coming tomorrow. But again, very humble beginnings. I love my family. I love my roots. I love where I'm from. But the parallels in all of that is, my dad always taught me how to be a man, what a man's role was: a father, a husband, a protector, a provider. Dad, I love you for that. I love you for that, because you did a hell of a job at doing all of that for me and my mom, my dad, and my brother. We love you. Scholarship. They both were very intelligent. They weren't afforded the opportunities for college, but they made sure me and my brother had that opportunity. So they always encouraged us to study and do our best, put our best foot forward, and love for all mankind. My parents have always been giving and loving. Even when they didn't have it, they would put something together to sacrifice to help somebody that might be struggling in the community. And we saw that growing up. And again, that's why today I do what I do. I make an honest living doing my job as a nurse practitioner. I love caring for patients, but I've also been afforded some opportunities outside of that to do even some greater things in the community. And given what I've seen growing up, my goal here is to leave this place better than I found it. I pray every day for God for strength and guidance and understanding to help me to continue on this mission. And I'm on this mission right now to change the way men's health is delivered here in this country. Again, it's about 14 minutes in this video, so this is going to be a 2-part series. I'm going to come back later and tell you about why I'm doing Priority Mail, but I wanted to share a little bit about who Eric Taylor is. And I'm an average dude. Ain't nothing special about Eric Taylor. I'm taking advantage of an opportunity that's been provided, and I'm trying to use the gift that I feel that God has blessed me with to bless others. A lot of us in this world, all we do is take, consume. We don't produce. We don't leave a legacy, And at this point in my life, I have the opportunity to leave something behind, to impact someone's life, to provide a service that could prevent premature death and encourage men to take better care of themselves. I'm not neglecting you, ladies. I think I've said that in a number of videos. But ladies, let's be real. The science shows that you take much better care of yourselves, and then you end up taking care of us. And I'm trying to help you ladies better care for your men. I know you're tired of nagging and dragging them to the doctor, but you just hang tight, because Priority Mail LLC is coming to you soon, and we'll be providing some services for you, for your man, your husband, your loved one, your uncle, your dad, whomever, to help them better manage their health. And I'm here to help motivate men and educate men and help them navigate this journey of wellness, health and wellness in all phases of their life. So, but again, that's a little bit about Eric Taylor. I hate to rant on with this, but I needed to share that because I don't think people understand, why I do what I'm doing, why I keep posting all this stuff about health and wellness, and just my passion, why my passion is. And again, if you follow me for any amount of time, you should be able to pretty quickly see that I'm passionate about what I'm doing. I ain't doing it for show. I could care less about who likes it, who comments on it. I appreciate it, but that's not what I'm here for. I'm not have such thin skin that I'm concerned that people not liking it. That's not the problem, because at the end of the day, I know what value I add to life and in this community that I serve. And I will continue doing it because my steps have been ordered. But I appreciate any support that you're willing to throw my way. If you could share this with your family and friends, especially the men in your life, get them to follow me. There's some great things coming. I've shared some great information already, and there will be more to come. But if you don't mind, share this with them. I would appreciate it. All right, y'all. Just showing you a little bit of who I am, a little bit of the fabric that I'm cut from. And this is your boy, Eric Taylor, Priority Mail LLC. Appreciate y'all. Peace.